What I'm going to talk about today is how I'm going to line up front end, the neck with the trike frame, and I'm going to do this with a wire put through the chassis, a adjustable fixture so that I can slide this back and forth at any length I desire and lock it down, and a scribe pin that will allow me to use a hole that I've drilled that will hold this in a precise manner. And I can sketch out my lines on the trike chassis and the floor and make an alignment just like a front end alignment we'll do on an automobile. Same thing. And I use a little geometry or trig, and I know we don't like to remember our sine, cosine, tangent, but I can remember in college whenever we were doing trig, we used to use Oscar had a hairy arm, which equals a opposite hypotenuse, that's sine, adjacent hypotenuse, that's cosine, and tangent is the opposite adjacent. And the way we laid this out with a 45-degree rake and a 90-degree base on the floor, that let us work a 49-inch distance from the top of our triple tree to the very bottom of our wheel where it touches. And I'm going to use a setup bar with a very sharp point on the end to pick up the scribe line on the floor, and on the neck I'm going to have it set up with a center line corresponding to the chassis of the trike. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all how I'm going to do my first line. I got a bolt up to the chassis, set it up right there. Okay, now by adjusting my little fixture, hooking it to the chassis, slide it back, tighten it up, fix it, my mark in there, drive across, and a nice scribe line. Then disconnect it to the opposite side, get on, and do the same thing again. Guarantee you that's dead center between any part of this chassis that I pull from. Now I can repeat the process, loosen up my little fixture, slide it up, tighten it down, I'm pin in there, pull it tight, after sweep, unhook, to the opposite side. And again, repeat the process. From that line to that line, perfectly perpendicular to the chassis. The more I do this, the better I get out, and the more accurate. This time, I'm putting for one right at the center of the bar here. See my fixture. Do my little squat, pick it up, my scribe line. Now, these two lines cross, those and those, it's perfectly straight. I'm going to do the same thing on the floor here. When I get set up, I'll turn the camera back on. So I got me a black line on the floor, so when I scribe it, I can pick up on my lines better. We're going to do it again 3 more times. Adjust it to what I just decide to use a certain given place. My scribe in. There's one of them. Another one. Guarantee that line is in the same parallelism as these lines up here. Do it 3 more times. Move it out. Move it up. More distance. Two of them, and we got to do one more. Right here. Lord, I don't need to bump the chassis and move it now. Everything is set. All right. Now, with my little line, got everything set up in place where it belongs. All my sketches done here and here. I can draw my line from one to the other. I'll go ahead and do that. Using my straight edge. Intersect. that is. And up here is the same. So now, if I stand at the back of the tricycle and look, we have a perfect sketch line all the way down the center. So now, when I come back, get everything set up, I can set this